Welcome back, friends. Here we are at the mid-tempo jam. Got nice and warmed up on the slow tempo, and I hope you're all back here with us. And we're going to start with Will the Circle Be Unbroken? I'll double check my tuning and I'll double check the live streams. And then we'll get going. I'm in Denver, Colorado. Looking at the window at some sunset colors. We got daylight savings time back, of course, which is kind of a mixed blessing in a lot of ways, as everybody knows. To some, it's not a blessing at all, but I do enjoy having later evenings. But then we get out on the river in the summertime, and I'm doing River Wondergrass series, and we're out there, and it won't even get dark till like 10 o'clock. So that's kind of a challenge when you're trying to get to bed and get up at 5 o'clock to make coffee. But anyhow, I do enjoy daylight savings. So let's see what's happening here. I'm going to double check these platforms, starting with a Facebook. And it looks like we're live on Facebook. Open that up so I can read your correspondence. And let's go over to YouTube. Double check that. When Whales Could Walk, documentary on Nova. Definitely going to watch that. YouTube just knows what I like. It's amazing. I mean, whatever. It's not amazing. There's technology that does that these days, and sometimes it's kind of scary, but usually if I open up my YouTube homepage, there's something that I'm interested in. Okay, we're live on YouTube. And here we go. We're going to get into Will the Circle Be Unbroken, and we're just going to get right into it, okay? I did the explanation on the slow jam for any newcomers, and I'll skip that so we can just get to the music. This seems like a fine mid-tempo start for this song. Here's how it goes. In the key of G. And a 1, and a 1, and a 4, 4 and 1, and a 1, and a 5, and a 1, and 5, and a 1. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I'm going to turn up the volume of the click just a skosh, because last session I found myself rushing and I kept having to lean my ear over to check that tempo. Whenever I'm practicing with the click, this is a teaching moment, right? I have it as low as possible in volume. As low as I can get away with. Because I want to not even know it's there. You know? And it'll drive you crazy if you're playing with a loud click, and it'll affect your dynamics. So I always try to keep that click as low as I can get away with in volume. Okay, so the way I would kick this song off would go something like 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Something like that. That wasn't quite perfect. Let me try it again. 1, 2, 3. That's better. I just wanted to get the melody notes straight. And this is my best excuse to do That little passing F chord on the way to the C chord. I love that trick. I learned it from George Shuffler. Okay, here we go. Kick us off on Will the Circle Be Unbroken in the key of G. And you better be singing along. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw the hearse come rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I got it. I told the undertaker, undertaker, please drive slow, for this body that you are hauling, Lord, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Play. I followed close behind her, try to hold up and be brave, but I could not hide my sorrow when they laid her in the grave. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Me than you. Back home, my home was lonely, for my mother, she was gone. All my brothers, sisters crying, what a home so sad and alone. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Okay, we're up and running. Love that song. It just doesn't get much better. Here's On and On in the key of G. And I'm realizing that this room doesn't have the best light necessarily. Let's see if this... I'm going to turn on this little light and see if it helps. Let's see, I don't need to plug it in. Stand by. Okay, let's see. Is that annoying or is it helpful? That's off. I'm seeing there's a lag on the screen, so I can't tell. I think this is going to be helpful. It's kind of a spotlight. Okay. This is the first time in this room. This is my girlfriend Marissa's house, her cabin in Denver. And we got the fast internet going here finally. It became available in this neighborhood, the quantum fiber. It wasn't available before. We tried and tried, and it just wasn't in this neighborhood yet. But they ran those wires, and now it's happening. So this is the first time, and I'm learning some things. There we go. There's a little bit more light. Okay. And we're doing On and On by Bill Monroe. And let's see how the tempo is going to feel. That's fine. I'm gonna inch it up a couple ticks. Still very comfortably mid tempo. This song shouldn't go by too fast. It kind of loses a lot when people try to like make it into a blazing fast bluegrass song. Especially if you're trying to sing trio the whole way, which is how Monroe did it, and which is how I like to do it when I'm with singers who know the song. I'm drinking some Darjeeling tea I brought back from India. This is just a tea bag, but I did get some fun loose leaf stuff. And I sure drank a lot of tea when I was over there. Okay, here we go. On and On. It's just a 1-4-1-5 in G, which means 1 and 1 and 4 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 5, 1 and 4 and 1, 1 and a 5 and a 1. That's the whole song. And my kickoff would go something like 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay. And like I said, this is a great opportunity to work on your tenor part or your baritone part, right? It's a trio throughout. And a little side note for those of you who really want to take this to the next level and learn as much as you can. I mean, look up the lyrics of the songs ahead of time and print them out, right? I mean, I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not going to post all the lyric sheets, but it's something you could do in the amount of time that you have after I post the set list if you really want to learn the songs and sing along. Either way, go ahead and kick us off on and On in the key of G. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Traveling down this long lonesome I could cry. Memories of how we once loved each other, and now you are saying goodbye. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she could be. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. I got I've cried for you, little darling. It breaks my heart to hear your name. My friend, they also loved you, my darling, and they think that I am to blame. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. Play. I have to follow you, little darling. I can't sleep when the sun goes down. By your side is my destination. The road is clear, and that's where I'm bound. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. Let's do that ending again. I might have snuck up on you because I know I can't always reach the stop of the click. But that time I did. And it's fun to do the slow down ending. So here we go. Last chorus, you and me. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder where she can be. On and on I'll follow my darling, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. Now, if you're in a bluegrass band and you do that type of ending, or at the jam and you do that kind of ending, you gotta do the strum. Let the guitar player strum that last chord so that you're not just holding that note, you know, to infinity. The guitar strum relieves the singers. Okay, very cool. Let's do another, and then I'll check in on everybody on the chats. Okay, Paddy on the Turnpike. Love this tune, and it's in G. And let's find a tempo. I'm in the slow mid-tempo zone here so far. This is a little slower than I usually start, and I'm just trying to be friendly. And also just, you know, the songs and tunes kind of dictate the tempo. This one I usually play way faster. But here's a good chance to get into Paddy on the Turnpike. In G it goes. Flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7. 1, 1, 1, 1, and a 5 and a 1. Da 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 da. Flat 7, flat 7, flat 7, flat 7. 1, and a 5 and a 1. In other words, G, F, G, 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 G. Okay, so that's the flat 7 is that chord that happens a whole step lower than the root note. It's the parallel flat 7 major, technically. But in bluegrass jam circles, you'll just hear them say 7. It goes 1, 7, 4, or whatever. This one goes 1, 7, 1, 5, 1. And that's the whole tune. And let's play it 3 times through. I'm going to kick it off. So I'll go me, you, 3 times, and then you tag it at the end. Here we go. Paddy on the Turnpike in the key of G. That version I learned from my pal Chris Henry. Christopher Henry on Facebook, CB Henry 1981 on Instagram, Christopher Brian Henry, born in 1981, and he's a bluegrass powerhouse, and hung out quite a bit with him back in my Nashville days. We played in a band together with Chris and his sister Casey. Casey and Chris and the Two Stringers, and they are a bluegrass family, and learned a lot from all of them. And one of the cool, I mean, there's the head, the first time through the melody, but then there's this trick, playing off the G7 and playing off the F7. That is just a cool approach that I learned from his version. And his version is so fast on the album, it's really hard to get those kind of licks in there, but I try. Okay, there we go. Paddy on the Turnpike. How's everyone doing out there? Sandy is back for more banjo backup. Thank you, Sandy. And Lumful is in Woodland Park, Colorado. Very cool. Carl Malley, missed the slow jam, but you are here. And Scott in Flagler Beach. And that's what we got. Live chat. How do we do this? Okay. Great. Interesting. Okay, there's some settings on that YouTube. Here we go in Facebook land. Glenn Howie, how many beats per minute? I don't like to tell you. I like you to just feel it, and you can do your own investigating if you want to know. But we were at 100. And David Holcamp is back. Hello, David. Hello, Edward. Thanks for answering the question for me. Okay, my friend Devin. Let's see, Devin Dyerson, I believe. Yep. Devin created a database. Well, it's a spreadsheet, actually. A spreadsheet of all of the jams. And Devin discontinued this at some point, maybe about a year ago. So everything up to there is on this spreadsheet with links to every song. You can search by song, you can search by tune, and it's such a cool resource. And I've shared it before, and he actually does the research and puts the tempo on there next to it. So you just have to kind of like clock it with your metronome and figure out what the tempo is. And this is a good place to ask if anybody out there wants to take over this project, because I don't want to do it. I'm so busy, and this was just a very cool thing that one of our community decided to take on, and he's too busy now. If anyone's interested, I will send you this spreadsheet, and we'll discuss the permissions and whatnot, and you can fill in where Devin left off. But there's a place out there where the tempos that of the jams we have done are listed. So let me know. Hit me up in a private message if you're willing to take over this project and help us get the thing organized in this spreadsheet. And I refer to the spreadsheet often just to like think of songs or think of tunes. Like, oh, I got to fill in the mid-tempo. What am I missing? And I'll look down my list of songs. Oh, that one I haven't done in a while, you know. So it's a helpful resource for me and for students on ArtistWorks. I will send them. I'll go through and I'll find the link. Oh, here's a great slow tempo version of that song, and I'll shoot the link right to them. So, yeah, let me know if anyone wants to take that over. Edward Els, hello from Woodland Park, Colorado. And hello, Colin Burns in the UK, playing along. And very cool. Okay, so David, is the light helping? I think it's nice. I'm looking at the screen here, and it looks good. Hello, Gordon Porter in Australia. You've traveled the furthest tonight. Thanks for being here. And hello, Scott Trevisan. Okay, we're going to keep going with the music. There's Facebook. And y'all talk amongst yourselves. Neverending Song of Love. This is in the key of A. And this is a song from Delaney and Bonnie Bramlett that the Kentucky Colonels did in the new Kentucky Colonels, right? The reformation in the around 72 or 73 when Clarence left the Byrds and went back to play with his brother Roland again. And And Roland, about 15 years ago, found a tape of one of their performances in Sweden with Alan Monday and I believe Eric White is the bass player. So it's 3 of the White brothers and Alan Monday. And it's such a good album. And I hope you have that and have listened to it. That's what I learned this one from, the Kentucky Colonels live in Sweden. And it's in A, and it goes 1 and a 1 and 5 and a 5 and a 5 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and 5 and a 5 and 5 and a 1 and a 4, 4 and a 4 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 4, long 4, and then you stop on the 5, and then another 5, dun, dun, 1 and a 1 and 5 and a 5 and a 5 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and 5. Have a never-ending love for you. So it's a long form, but it's really just an A part and then a B part back to the A part. So 2 A's, B, and then an A. Actually, just an A, a B, and an A. It's the same A part on either end of the B part. So the way we're going to do this is you're going to kick it off on the A part, something like 1, 2, 3. Something like that. And then when it comes to the breaks, I'll take the A part, and then you'll take the B part, and then I'll take the next A part. Next time around, you take the A part, I'll take the B part, and then you take the next A part. So I'll navigate you through that. Here we go. Kick us off in the key of A on Neverending Song. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I've got a never-ending song for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. From the first time we met, I knew I had a never-ending love for you. After all this time of being alone, we can love one another, smile for each other from now on. So good I can hardly stand it. Never-ending love for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. From the first time we met, I knew I had a never-ending love for you. I got it. Take it. Now I've got it. Here's Neverending Song. So the first verse is Neverending Love. The next one is Neverending Song. Here we go. I've got a never-ending song for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. From the first time we met, I knew I had a never-ending song of love for you. After all this time of being alone, we can love one another, smile for each other from now on. Feels so good, I can hardly stand it. Never-ending song for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. From the first time we met, I knew I had a never-ending song of love for you. Play. I got it. You got it. To the floor. After all this time of being alone, we love one another, smile for each other from now on. Feels so good, I can hardly stand it. Never-ending love for you. From now on, that's all I want to do. From the first time we met, I knew I had a never-ending love for you. Okay, that's one of our Marler Grayback duets. There's two of those in this set. Of course, this is the first jam at Marissa's house, so got some requests in there. Next, we have Out in the Cold World, or Wandering Boy, depending on how you know this one. But it's the one that goes, inching up the tempo here just a little bit. And this is, again, this one, that was about the tempo that that song lives. This song I tend to do a lot faster. But this is just going to be a nice mid-tempo version. In A. 1 and 1, 4 and a 1. 1 and a 1 and 1 and a 5. 1 and 1, 4 and a 1. 1 and 1, 5 and a 1. So the chorus goes, oh, bring back to me my wandering boy. Oh, there is no other that's left to bring me joy. Tell him his mother with faded cheeks and hair, she's at the old home awaiting him there. So I don't do like the extra beats on the 5 chord. I know the Stanley Brothers kind of do that version. Maybe Monroe. But anyway, that you might hear it at jams that way with a long 5 chord and then back to 1. I just like to play it straight through. So my kickoff would go something like 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay, forgive me. I've grown a little bit hoarse. Here we go. So kick us off in the key of A on Out in the Cold World. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Some mother's boy's wandering all alone, no one to guide him or keep his footsteps right. Some mother's boy's homeless tonight. Oh, bring back to me my wandering boy, for there is no other that's left to bring me joy. Tell him his mother with faded cheeks and hair, she's at the old home waiting him there. I got out in the hallway there sits a vacant chair, old pair of shoes that once he did wear, empty as a cradle which he once loved so well. Lord, how I miss him, ain't no tongue to tell. Oh, bring back to me my wandering boy, for there is no other that's left to bring me joy. Tell him his mother with faded cheeks and hair, she's at the old home awaiting him there. Search till you find him and bring him back to me, far, far away, wherever he may be. Tell him his mother with faded cheeks and hair, she's at the old home awaiting him there. Oh, bring back to me my wandering boy, for there is no other that's left to bring me joy. Tell him his mother with faded cheeks and hair, she's at the old home waiting him there.
Okay. Love that song. Moving right along, we got, Walking in Jerusalem Just Like John. Hey, why not? It's been a long time since I brought this one in to the Play Along Jam, and we're in the key of F. So, my version, which I pretty much got from Bill Monroe, goes 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5 and 1, 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5 and 1, 1 and a 1, 4 and a 1, 4 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 5 and 1, 1 and a 1, 4 and a 1, 4 and a 1, walking in Jerusalem just like John. Okay, so that's the form on the verses and on the breaks. Exact same form. Okay? And that is too fast. This one is a bouncy, kind of slower mid-tempo. Okay, so my kickoff goes 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Okay. Here you go. I Want to Be Ready. Kick us off on Walking in Jerusalem, just like John, in the key of F. And this will have a slow down ending, and I'll try to hit the click on time so we can do that rallentando at the end like we did on and On. Okay, kick us off here in the key of F. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. John, oh, what did you say? Walking in Jerusalem just like John. I'll meet you there on the crowning day. Walking in Jerusalem just like John. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready, Lord. Walking in Jerusalem just like John. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready. I wanna be ready, Lord. Walking in Jerusalem just like John. I got John said the city was 4 square wide, walking in Jerusalem just like John. None could enter but the sanctified, walking in Jerusalem just like John. I wanna be ready, I wanna be ready, I wanna be ready, Lord. Walking in Jerusalem just like John. I wanna be ready, I wanna be ready, I wanna be ready, Lord. Walking in Jerusalem just like John. Play.
Now some comes a crippled and some comes lame, walking in Jerusalem just like John. Some comes a walking in Jesus' name, walking in Jerusalem just like John. I wanna be ready, I wanna be ready, I wanna be ready, Lord, walking in Jerusalem just like John. I wanna be ready, I wanna be ready, I wanna be ready, Lord, to walk in Jerusalem just like John. Okay. We did it. All right, 2 more numbers in the mid-tempo jam. And then I hope you will all join me for the fast jam. And I mean, I'll tell you all the reasons why, like I always do, that you got to get used to playing at fast tempos. And even if you don't have the abilities to do the full-on strum or the full-on roll or the full-on digga-digga-digga-digga-digga, you can always go dunk, 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 dunk. You can always play something with that tempo. So it's important as a bluegrass player who wants to be included to be able to do something, adjust your playing to that fast tempo. And if you have aspirations of getting to the digga 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 on the fast tempos, great. This is your way to work up to that. And it's something that I put myself through regularly. I have to do this daily, working on the fast tempos or they go away. It's just like an athlete in training. So come on back for the fast jam when we're done with this. But we got 2 more songs, and the first one is going to be Done Gone. And this one I introduced on the last session. New songs, new tunes for the new year. This is an old tune, but it was new to us in the circle. It was actually new to me. It was one of these tunes I kind of always wanted to learn and finally sort of learned it. And then, you know, this is one of those tunes that you start to learn it and you realize there's a million different versions. So I kind of settled on what I like, which is kind of a combination of what I believe is the source recording, which was fiddling, I can't even think of it, an old recording. And then I kind of cross-referenced that with Norman Blake's version and sort of came up with this. I can't even remember the name of that fiddler, but I will think of it. Let me see. You should know this, so stand by. It is Fiddlin' Ack Robertson. All right, who recorded back in the 1920s or 30s. Okay, so here's the version I'm doing, and it goes in B flat. Da 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 1 and 1 and a 1 and a 1 and a 4, 1 and a 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 5 and a 1. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. 4, 5, 1, 6 minor, 6 minor, 6 minor, 5, 6 minor, 6 minor, 1, 5, 1, 6 minor, 6 minor, 6 minor, 5, 6 minor, 6 minor, 1, 5, 1. Third part actually goes to the key of the minor and does the 5 of the minor. Okay, so let's talk about that C part, the third part. G minor, so the relative minor of the key. We're gonna actually be in that minor key for this section. Minor, 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 4, 5. Yeah, so G minor, minor, 4, minor, 5. 1, minor, 4, minor, 5, minor, 1. So in other words, G minor, C minor, D7, G minor, C minor, D7, 1, and then you're back to the top. So that third section actually goes to that minor, the key of the relative minor. So it's an involved number. It just has 3 sections, but once you got it, it's not difficult.
So here we go. I'm going to kick us off on Done Gone. And let's go 3 times through. Me, you, you. And then you tag it at the end. And tag it on the 1 chord. You're going to end on that minor, but then tag it on the major one. Here we go. Done Gone in the key of B flat. I'm kicking us off. hope you did well on that. I clearly have some work to do on on trying to come up with variations on that one. I got pretty locked into learning the melody, and then kind of fell on my face on a few of those attempts at variations there. So I'll keep working on Done Gone. That was the reason I brought it back tonight, is because I hadn't played it since the last jam, and I figured it's worth a review. It's a cool tune. Okay, last number. That's How I Can Count on You. And then we will have some time before the fast jam. Not much time, but enough to kind of warm up on the fast tempos, which is what I always do during this break. That's why I plan the times the way I do. It's because the slow jam takes a little longer because the songs and tunes are slower. Mid-tempo is what it is, but then I always leave myself a break before the fast jam because you're doing these slow and mid-tempos and you have to kind of start playing fast to get yourself ready for that. So, this one is going to be, again, this is usually one from the fast jam, but I've had requests for this during the mid-tempo, so folks can access it. And this is another one that I do with Marissa. This is one of our duets with Marler Grayback, our names put together. And this is sort of the this is sort of the Jimmy Martin version. The Jimmy Martin and Red Allen both did this, and the versions are the same, but a few of the words are ever so slightly different. So anyway, it goes, you're picking on this part in B flat. 1 and 1 and 1. 1 and 1 and 5. 1 and 1 and a 4 and 4 and a 1 and 1 and 5 and a 1. So that's how I would kick it off. And there is a bridge that goes to the 4 chord. And you'll just have to follow me on that. I'll be playing the chord changes. And you can follow me on the bridge. And here you go. Kick us off on That's How I Can Count on You. This is a duet throughout. Aside from that bridge part, there's 3 verses you could sing with me in harmony if you know them. So kick us off here. Key of B flat. That's How I Can Count on You. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Like April can count on the showers, the grass can count on the dew, and March can count on the windy days. That's how I can count on you. If the road looks long and endless, with nothing but heartbreak in view, I'll smile all the while, for I'll know that I can always count on you. If fame and fortune should pass me by, though a beggar, I'll stand alone. For a king and his kingdom could never find a love that is true as the love we have known. Like a baby can count on its mother at night when the day's all through, and lovers can count on the moon, silver
I'll stand alone. For a king and his kingdom could never find a love that is true as the love we have known. Like a baby can count on his mother at night when the days are through, and lovers can count on the moon, moon, silver moon. That's how I can count on you. Yes, that's how I can count on you.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate you being here, checking in with me. Appreciate the donations, as always. Helps that truck get down the road. And I will see you in 20 minutes for the Fast Jam. Come on back at 1:15. See you then.